back to the channel. Another segment of Paleo with Sugar-Free. Tonight we're going to make skirt steak. I'm going to show you how to trim it up here. We're going to make a simple side salad with a homemade Paleo dressing for it. And some asparagus. Alright, to trim this, you can see right from the slaughterhouse, they do trim some of it, but it's not very good. They leave a lot of fat on, so any loose fat you can pull off. Any of this other fat, you just take your knife and you can just peel it right off. Any loose fat, just cut off, trim it up. It's alright to leave a little bit of fat on, but you don't want too much, not on a skirt steak. It's going to be a little bit tough if you do. There's some silver skin under there. You want to get that as well. And you just want to trim it up to make it look nice and to get a better eating experience out of it. Skirt steak's not the most tenderest of cuts. You can see there's a lot of fibers that run down through on a skirt steak. And I'll show you when it's done how to cut that to make it as tender as possibly can be. Think those fibers almost like a garden hose. If you were to eat a garden hose long ways, it'd be very, very tough. But if we cut it diagonally across there, you get a much smaller cross section and it will be a lot tender. Okay, starting to look pretty good here. Again, you want to use a very sharp knife for this. Just be careful. I worked in the meat sector for many years, so I'm accustomed to a sharp knife and how to use it. Just be careful. You can use a cut glove here if you want to. Okay, it's looking pretty good at this point. See, we've cleaned it up. Now we're going to make the simple marinade for this skirt steak. Got some Montreal steak seasoning here, about 2 tablespoons. Some garlic powder, 2 tablespoons. Some Worcestershire sauce, hardest word in the world to say. Worcester or Worcestershire, however you say it. About 3 tablespoons. We're going to use a cup of olive oil. And you can use soy sauce here. We're going to use liquid aminos, but soy sauce would work fine here instead. Again, another cup of that. You want to give it a stir. And now we're going to marinate our skirt steak for 30 minutes and then we're going to put it on the grill. Okay, now we're going to put together our salad dressing. This is completely paleo as well. So you want to start, we just use a mason jar. There's about a cup of Dijon mustard in there right now. You want to add equal parts of red wine vinegar. So that's about a cup of red wine vinegar as well. A teaspoon of garlic powder. Teaspoon of Italian seasoning or oregano. Some salt and pepper. About a half a teaspoon of pepper. And about a half a teaspoon of salt as well. The last thing that goes in is raw unfiltered honey. That's going to sweeten it just a little bit. and I have about 2 tablespoons of that. Once you get your lid on, you can see how the mustard's on the bottom, the red wine is in the middle, and the seasoning's on top. You literally just want to shake that up. Alright, the next side dish we're going to make here is asparagus. We're simply going to roast this in the oven at 350 degrees for about 30 minutes. So we're going to get this ready now while the steak is marinating. It's a really simple recipe. First, you want to take your asparagus. You want to cut about 1 inch off on the bottom, and that's it's called the woody section. You're simply going to layer this on a baking sheet. I've sprayed this baking sheet so nothing will stick to it. Sharp knife here is again key. We're going to do just some simple seasonings on it. Some salt, some garlic powder, and some fresh cracked black pepper. One thing I forgot, guys, before this goes in the oven, you want to drizzle olive oil over this. One thing I want to mention, guys, make sure you clean your equipment in between your cuts. I fully sanitized and washed this knife and cutting board before I cut that asparagus. So take food safety seriously. You don't want any nasties hanging around or bacteria going on to your other food products. Okay, we're going to make our side salad. So I've got 2 parts of romaine here that we're going to chop up. Got some avocados, some spinach, and some tomatoes. So you just want to trim the ends off, your hearts of romaine, and we're gonna slice this, about 1/2 inch thick or so. Okay, some spinach. Nice handful in there. Some tomatoes. These are just grape tomatoes from the store. And avocado. You want to cut down through the middle. You're going to feel the pit in the front of it, and you just want to cut around. It'll come apart. Pop that seed out of there. Gonna get a spoon. We're gonna use a spoon to dig this avocado out of the shell. You just slide it underneath and you pop it out. Repeat on this side. Pop that out of there. There's no skin on that anymore. And you're just going to slice this into slices. Alright, our steak has been marinating for 30 minutes now. I have the grill heated up. This is a pellet smoker grill, but works great as a grill as well. So now we want our heat pretty high. I have it set at 400 degrees. we're simply going to grill our meat. You do not want to overcook this. You want to cook it to about a medium. You cook it past there, skirt steak has a tendency to get very tough. So we're going to cook it for about 10 to 12 minutes. Okay guys, our asparagus is done. We put together our beautiful side salad and that great skirt steak that we just cut. So let's go over some calorie information here. The asparagus is only about 5 calories per spear, so nothing to worry about there. Now skirt steak is about 170 calories for 3 ounces. I figure we got about 4 ounces right there, so probably around 210 calories. And our side salad there is basically around 200 calories with everything we have in it. The dressing is only about 63 calories per tablespoon there, and we got some nice avocado in there, and that's definitely healthy fat, and it's going to boost up the calories a lot. But all in, you're looking at about 700 calories probably here, guys. Totally paleo. Everything here we make by hand. The dressing, the marinade, and it's totally paleo. You're not going to eat any better than that.